Shut up and sit down.
Everybody, and welcome to Pop Culturally Insensitive. This is the episode for the week of July 26th, 2015, and I'm here with my Hulkamaniacs, Tom Lorenzo and Anthony DiCaprio. What's up, brothers?
Nothing much, brothers. Just praying to the American flag and eating my vitamins, brother.
Eat your vitamins, say your prayers.
Let me tell you something, brother. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, boy. Oh,
it sucks.
Boy.
I have a keychain of him for my house keys. Now I guess it's not that cool to have.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite plays is Avenue Q, and one of the songs on that soundtrack is called Everyone's a Little Bit Racist. It applies to Hulk Hogan this week.
Hulkamania is not immune to racism.
Yeah. The scary part is, too, how fast the WWE is doing stuff. Like, 2 days after it, he was paid DLC in the newest 2K16 wrestling game, but they already took away that DLC. You can't even re-download it if you bought it or anything. It's rough. It's rough. They're moving quickly.
Yeah, they wasted no time, because I thought they erased all of his shit from like wrestling history before it even came out. What happened? Oof. Like, I heard they found out before and just said, "Fuck it, we're getting ahead of this game because this isn't going to be pretty."
Yeah, what was the movie where like he fought the guy with like the metal head, or like he had the metal plate in his head?
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando.
Oh, fucking Doc Brown was in that.
Oh, that's right.
What a movie!
You know, I never watched that movie, but
I did as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid.
As a kid, I watched the Ninja Turtles movie, the second one.
Ooh.
And at the very beginning, like, you know, when they were giving out when they were doing trailers and shit, that standard VHS thing. That movie. I saw that trailer maybe 1,000 times. I never actually watched the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
I did. The Undertaker's in it, so
the saddest thing out of this is that Hulk was rumored to be in the next Expendables movie.
Oh, if there's I don't even believe there's going to be another Expendables movie. The last one made no money.
Does there really need to be another one?
No.
I mean, I would like it. I enjoy them for as stupid as they are, but the last one made no money.
Yeah. So besides your beloved wrestling icons from days of future past, what else have you been up to this week, Anthony?
I watched. What the hell is it called? The Return of the Death of Superman Lives.
Oh, yeah. In my notes, I just have Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. Yeah, it has a weird title. But, yeah. I saw that, too. What'd you think of it?
I watched it last night. It was very interesting. Just, you know, seeing, like, it's crazy how absolutely insane most of the people that work in the film industry are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the creative types. Like, John Peters is a certified nut job.
Yeah.
Tim Burton is out of his mind.
It looks like it pained him to talk about it. It looks like it pained Tim Burton to talk about it.
Well, yeah, because he was working hard on it. He really wanted to... I wish I could have seen how this movie would have turned out, because, like, he seemed like he really was into it.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage grew on me watching him in the suit.
I mean, it definitely would have been an extreme product of the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would have killed Superman. It might have just inextricably killed the comic book movie.
It would, yeah. You know what? It would have been real fucking weird. Because, like, the design choices and stuff, like, you know, some of the concept art, it was just like...
And also just like,
really,
you know...
It's like super dark for no reason.
Especially because he was going more towards making a Tim Burton movie than making a Superman movie. Like, the way Batman Returns was very Tim Burton-y.
Yeah.
Like, this Superman movie was going to be even more Tim Burton-y than the property it's supposed to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He wasn't even going to fly. He was just going to jump.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see, but there's also such a domino effect of what would have happened to Hollywood that it would have, like, I don't know. Things would be so different now. We might not have any comic book movies.
Well, Peter's got his mechanical spider in Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
He also got his mechanical spider in Man of Steel.
I love the aside he said when he wanted Batman in like the original Batman Tim Burton movie. He wanted him to say, "I'm Batman, motherfucker."
Oh yeah, I'm Batman.
And then Warner Brothers was like, "No, we're not going to let you do that." He's like, "Yeah, but the kid." Like, all right, John Peters, go do Barbra Streisand's hair.
Kids would go crazy, running around. I'm Batman, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Kids would go crazy yelling, "Motherfucker."
Oh, brother, this is Batman, and I'm bringing the pain.
Guy was a fucking nut job.
Yeah, he was crazy.
He is crazy. Still.
There was some interesting stuff, though. I thought the Brainiac, the direction they were going to go with him, seemed pretty cool.
That was cool. Like, the way he was designed, I thought was, like, really cool. Like, that he was just cloaked.
Yeah.
And then, like, once he uncloaked himself, he was, like, this head spider thing. I thought that was kind of... Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
A lot of the concept arts reminded me of Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Especially that...
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing with Tim Burton. You can't say the guy doesn't production design the shit out of his movies.
Oh, no. He draws his own shit, then he gets his ideas, he draws them, then he gets his guys to draw it better than
What's
him.
your guys' verdict on Mars Attacks?
I like it, even though it's, like, really stupid.
It's supposed to be just
real stupid, but I like it, too.
I love it so much. Come on, how can you not love Jack Nicholson playing multiple roles, playing the president? And fucking, there's so many great cameos in there.
And Jim Brown.
I just love that it ends with fucking Tom Jones with a falcon on his arm singing "It's Not Unusual."
Not unusual. Oh, God.
That was a crazy movie.
Classic.
Yeah, it's fun. That might be the last Tim Burton movie I actually like.
Oh, what? You didn't?
I
like
liked Frankenweenie, the animated one.
Frankenweenie.
Yeah,
I saw the original one when I was a kid.
Yeah, I like the original one too.
I don't know. Tim Burton's. He's such a weird cat. But like, I don't know. I dig some of his movies.
And it's just because instead of making those cool original IPs like his version of Frankenweenie and things like that, he decided to put the Tim Burton spin on franchises like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland, and it didn't work as well as making his own things like Edward Scissorhands. And
well, that's the thing. He's become so corporatized, but like he's become sort of a parody of himself. He doesn't do anything new. It's all the same shit. He doesn't challenge himself. Nobody tells him no. He's the guy. He made Alice in Wonderland, so he just makes big bucks. Nobody can say no to him.
Well, he's got like his own style now, but it's almost like it's
like parody now. It's just the same thing. You know exactly what's going to happen.
Do you think Beetlejuice 2 gets made?
No. I mean, honestly, maybe.
Aren't they trying to make it right now?
Honestly, between Mad Max and Jurassic World, I think it'll happen.
Yeah, because look at these flops. Look at these flops. I mean, I won't say that I hated Sleepy Hollow, but it wasn't.
Sleepy Hollow is a very flawed movie that I kind of enjoy, but I won't say I like.
His Planet of the Apes didn't hit.
Abysmal. But at least it made them realize they had to make, a good movie next time out, so that's why we got Andy Serkis.
Yep, I enjoyed Big Fish.
Oh, Big Fish is great.
Haven't seen.
Really, really, really like Big Fish. You should watch Big Fish, Tom.
Didn't like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's not Big Fish.
Abysmal.
Big Fish isn't like a standard Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have that style to it. It's different. Like,
I've heard that it's different, but I also heard it's a movie about a guy just being a lying asshole to his kid, and you're supposed to like that.
Well, it's not. It's about relationships between fathers and sons mainly. But
well, I might intensely like it, or I might really hate it. So
you knowing your back history.
Charlie and Chocolate Factory, terrible.
Well, all you got to do is look at the kinds of movies I like and the kinds of shit that I write to see. I got a thing with families and fathers, relationships, and stuff like that. So that might be a movie that really hits home or something I really get pissed off at.
So your favorite 2014 film was The Judge?
That was shut up. No, I didn't even see it.
But yeah, these last ones, like Charlie Chalk Factory, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, Dark Shadows. Meh.
Dark Shadows was bad.
Dark Shadows was real
I thought
bad.
Sweeney Todd was all right.
I didn't see Big Eyes. That was his newest one, but I didn't hear.
I didn't see that either.
Great things.
I mean, I would see it, but I just don't have the drive to see it.
Again, I did mixed in there. I did like Frankenweenie, and I did like Corpse Bride, but those are both animated movies. So.
But even like Frankenweenie is him just going back to the past.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's gotten very lazy. Like, honestly, it's just that you could sense an apathy to what he's doing now. He's not doing anything new.
Yeah.
It was cool, like, during the Superman Lives thing, they, like, showed his house, and he's just got, like, fucking Halloween decorations, like, all over.
Yeah.
Like, he's just had, like, a skeleton just sitting on a couch.
But I tell you, it's a love it or hate it movie, but Nightmare Before Christmas is probably one of my favorites.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
But that's not technically him.
Yeah, that's true. Man,
Right.
I saw a production documentary about how they made that movie, and it's nuts. Because, like, the whole set's as big as, like, a table. Because it's all, they made everything, and it's all stop motion, like, it's crazy. It's weird stuff. Good movie. What else are you watching, Anthony?
What else did I watch? Oh, I've been watching, I just found out that, Batman the Animated Series is on Amazon, so I've been rewatching that, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it's so good.
That's a great show.
Yeah, and
Bruce Timm is God.
Bruce Timm is God. Yeah. What else have I been watching?
Even the movies were great too, like Mask of the Phantasm.
It's. I remember not liking it when I was a kid because I was like,
it was scary.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
the bad guy scared me, or a girl.
As a kid, you don't really have a grasp on what film noir is.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck? And then, like, as I got older, I realized, holy shit, this is genius.
Yeah,
but
very, very good.
Well, I didn't watch it until last year, just because I didn't have the means to see it.
How'd you like it?
Oh, it's awesome. And I guess it paid off being a grown-up watching it, because it really is just like a great movie. Like, not even just, oh, it's a good cartoon. It's like, no, it's a legitimately good movie.
Yeah, I was definitely a fan of that. And, to me, like those are the canonical versions of those characters. Like Mr. Freeze, the whole thing with his wife and everything. The episodes of that, I think, it's like 3-parter in the show when you first meet him. Really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, hell, that's what basically made Mr. Freeze. He never had a set origin until Bruce Timm and Paul Dini just said, "Nah, like, this is Mr. Freeze now."
Yeah.
Not to mention they just created Harley Quinn from scratch, like, and look
by
at
accident.
Yeah.
By accident, when you hear them talk about it, like, she wasn't like this grand plan. Like, it just happened because the actress they cast to play, like, oh, the female henchman for the Joker was so great. They were like, oh, we should just make her his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in everything. Awesome. Tara Strong. She does the...
No, it wasn't Tara Strong back then.
Oh, who was it back then?
Arlene Sorkin.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
That's crazy. Any relation?
To Aaron? No.
She was writing that hard-hitting dialogue back then.
She's actually married to the guy who runs Modern Family.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
so she doesn't have to work.
Yeah, probably top 5 well, I want to say shows of all time, but easily maybe top 3 animated shows of all time. That's a good show.
It might be the best. It might be the best.
It's like the top 3 is Simpsons, Batman, and South Park. That's all there is. You know.
Well, like, what were your thoughts? I still thought the quality was there, but maybe not as much. But I felt like, like by the 3rd or 4th season, when it became like the Adventures of Batman and Robin, it wasn't as amazing, but it was still great.
No, there was still, like, there was a lot of stinker episodes, but there were a few episodes that were, like, fucking awesome.
I also love the one where he fights Ra's al Ghul on top of the pit with his shirt off, but he has the cowl on.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's great. That was a really good one.
Yeah,
that's a great show. Oof, good show. Good show. Yeah, I mean, anything else? It was a slow week.
Yeah, it was, let's see. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about PlayStation real quick. I played this game, Valiant Hearts.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the puzzle stuff was kind of like, whatever. I didn't really give a shit. The story was kind of cool. Like, I dug the whole Do you ever see Paths of Glory?
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of like Paths of Glory by the end of it, because
Yeah, except that it's fucked. That ending of that game's fucked. You're like, dude,
it was sad.
It shouldn't happen like this.
The whole time I thought the dog was gonna die.
Oh yeah, whenever there's
like this dog is so dead, but he wasn't.
But yeah, there's some pretty good moments in that game.
Yeah, it was solid. And then I got Rocket League.
Oh.
I one round of Rocket League, and I'm like, all right, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, probably top 5 games of the year so far, Rocket League.
Tommy, get Rocket League. It's free.
What is it? Oh, it's free? All right, never mind.
It's soccer.
It's
soccer, but with RC with cars. So you just drive the car around.
It sounds stupid as hell, but it's great.
You lost me at soccer.
Yeah,
but it's fun. It has nothing to do with soccer.
So then you shouldn't say soccer. Soccer's synonymous with boring.
All right, so how about goal?
Say hockey.
The hockey.
All right, hockey, yeah.
With
hockey.
Cars.
With remote-controlled cars.
Because, like I always say, soccer is boring hockey.
It's so good. And, I played that so much because, I got into the Street Fighter V beta, and I was like, oh, let's go. Let's play some Street Fighter V. And then Capcom was like, yeah, about that. Our servers are completely borked, so that beta's not going to happen. Sorry. So I was like, okay, back to Rocket League. Who cares?
I got a beta code for the new Rainbow Six, but I don't care.
Yeah, that one's multiplayer. Well, there is a single player mode, but it's not going to be great. But that's multiplayer focused. I'm
probably, I'm probably not going to end up getting it just because I'd want people to play with, and I'm not going to play with strangers. So I just don't care.
That's the biggest thing of multiplayer games for me. It has to be with people that I know because I don't like playing with randoms too much, especially games like that where communication. You
got to be like a team.
Yeah, like Rocket League's not terrible, although if you do get 2 shitty teammates that have no idea what they're doing, it's going to get ugly quick. But you don't really need to talk on the headset to talk. But Rainbow Six is definitely.
The only game that I play online that you could just play on your own is fucking Battlefield because it's so massive a game. It doesn't even matter if you're talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm great at Battlefield. I'm gonna probably start playing that again now that I'm done with Arkham.
4 or Hardline?
4. I didn't get Hardline because it was a dice.
Yeah, visceral.
Wait, did you 100% Arkham Knight?
No, but I know what the ending is. I saw the ending.
Can we talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, the 1 minute.
They managed to somehow make an ending even more open-ended than fucking Dark Knight Rises.
I was like, what the fuck? He blows up Wayne Manor, and then it's like, oh yeah.
And that was the day the Batman died.
And then what's his name is marrying Oracle. Tim Drake's getting married to Oracle.
Yeah,
and then you see fucking Shadow Batman or whatever the fuck. And then it just ends. I was like, what the shit?
Yeah, like Tommy said, completely open-ended. I just take it as, if it's not Bruce Wayne, just somebody is being...
They left it open-ended just in case they want to go back.
Yep, of course. Which, video games...
I guess.
It's tough to... Except I'm playing the Game of Thrones video game right now, and fuck, man. The end of the last episode, it's like, hey, here's a situation where, remember all the main characters you played this season? You're going to have to choose one of them to die. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh boy. So, and then
I played only episode 1 of that.
Oh boy.
Waiting for all of them to come out.
Well, Andrew, it's Game of Thrones. You have to realize the only trick in their bag is who's going to die.
Well, that's true. I mean, it hits a little bit heavier than the show because you're the perpetrator, so you're the one that has to choose who lives or dies. But yeah, it's the Game of Thrones. You live or die. You play or some weird.
I finished season 2 of The Sopranos, and the way the Richie Aprile storyline ends is so great, especially after this season of Game of Thrones, where with the Jon Snow thing was just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was bad.
But I love how Game of Thrones tried to make Ollie this character you feel bad that he's killing Jon Snow about, but you just go, I don't know who the fuck this little twat is.
Yeah,
who is he? Why do I care? He's a nothing character.
Yeah.
They just made it so obvious throughout the season that he's going to do something shitty. It was just like,
look at that scary little wildling guy. He's looking at you with an evil eye.
But then you look at how the Richie Aprile storyline ends in Sopranos, and that's a twist of an ending, but it fits within, like, it makes sense. It doesn't come out of nowhere, and it's well done.
Oh, yeah.
Where Game of Thrones really is sort of, like, kind of scrambling for, like, how do we kill people to surprise people now?
She was just kapow!
She just fucking shot him, and it's like you didn't... And you know what's great about that I didn't notice first time I watched it? When Tony comes in and sees Richie's body, and Janice is, like, crying over his corpse, Tony has, like, a smile on his face of, like, thank God I don't have to deal with this. She took care of it for me.
Yeah.
It was great.
Season 2, is that the one which ends on the boat? Or is that 3?
With Pussy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of Season 2.
That was a heavy season ender.
That was a great... Season 2 was such a big leap in quality from Season 1. That was when the show became,
what
like, must-watch.
What did he say? Not in the face?
Could you just do that for me?
Not in the face. I was like, ah!
But then it doesn't matter. They toss his ass over the boat.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Ah, man.
Everybody.
So much feels.
You talk about open-ended. You could
so
do
much
a whole
feels.
show on the end of that show.
Oh, God. Don't get me started on that shit.
I'm so not excited to watch Season 6 of the show. But at least I got 3 more seasons to get through to get to that shit pile. Because I honestly think Season 5 has an ending that worked better as a finale than Season 6 does.
How does it end again?
Yeah, how does Season 5 end?
I can't
Season
remember.
5 ends with Tony at a meeting with Johnny Sack. And then the feds, like, show up.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
escapes.
He runs in the snow.
He runs through the snow, and he has to walk back home, and he ends up back at the house with the family, and he's like all disheveled and shit. And I feel like that's just a better ending of this guy's going to have to keep running and dealing with shit
That
until
could have
he ends
worked
up
too
dead.
because he drops his gun, so you could have kept it open-ended saying he gets in trouble because they find his gun.
Yeah, but that's just also that's like an open ending of his life. He's going to have to live this life, like, just always in fear.
Yeah.
Without having that shitty gimmick of cutting to black.
But no, let's give that guy even more hardcore cancer. Let's let Tony go into Steve Buscemi dreamland.
That is so abominable a season. It's unreal how bad that shit got.
But that's with the horse and shit, right?
No, the horse was with Season 3 with Season 4.
No.
Yeah, that was all right.
Except there were things that came out of nowhere in the final season, like the whole when Chris passes away.
I hated that.
Like, it just comes out of nowhere, like it's the beginning of an episode, and I'm like, wait a second, what's he doing?
It just doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just so, like, there was a lot of shit in that second half of Season 6 where it was just like, yeah, this is the end of the show, so we're going to start killing people to kill people.
Yeah, it was... I wasn't into that season at all.
Yeah. So what else, Anthony?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I've been reading some shit, but, nothing that crazy.
Okay. I like it.
Like Frank Miller's Daredevil. I'm just starting to get into that. So
Good stuff.
Good run.
Oh, yeah, it's real good. You know what?
Before he went crazy.
It's before he went crazy. Yeah, exactly. It was when he had something out to prove. And had to prove himself, and it was like, it's real good. It's like that fine line between, like, the old way of writing comics where it's like the internal narration, overt narration thing, and just like gritty realism.
Yeah, that's why I like New 52 Batman, because there's a lot of, like, inner monologue.
Yeah, like relying more so on, like, the panel to tell the story instead of, like, just constant exposition. But, yeah, I'm digging it so far. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Tommy, how was your week?
I had a pretty slow week myself, just kind of relaxing. But like I said, I finished Season 2 of Sopranos. I finished Season 2 of Deadwood. Still masterful shows. Still better than most of the shit on today.
The guy from Justified is on Season 2 of Deadwood, right? He plays the bad guy? Or the guy that beats up the hookers?
Oh, the guy who kills the hookers? Yeah, he was in the last season of Justified.
Okay, yeah. He was...
but he was also the guy who shot
Wild Bill, right? But they're different characters.
Yeah.
Just same actor, yeah. I was confused about that when I watched Deadwood. I was like, is that supposed to be the same guy? Just like he went away and came back all fancy spanchy? But yeah, that's a good season. I like Season 2 of Deadwood. Her Season 3 is not the best.
I love Season 3. I think the show got better as it went along.
A lot of people from Justified on that show. I think about it.
Well, Deadwood is one of those shows that people just keep casting people from. Like, they just, you see all those people on every other show. It's wild how much that show was loved.
Yeah, it's great. Good show. Short-lived. Like a lot of shows.
But you know what? I'd rather it end like that than fucking limp to the finish line like The Sopranos.
How does it end? How does season 3 end?
It ends with basically George Hurst kind of winning, but they shoot him, and he just basically like leaves town because he doesn't want to deal with their shit anymore. But like, so they kind of lose, but in their own way. Like it's like a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, because none of those people die in real life for years later.
No, but he also like changed stuff with the real like life people. So,
okay.
But yeah, that was great.
Awesome.
I rewatched Pan's Labyrinth last night.
That's a good movie.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
That was another movie that I watched at too young of an age the first time. I was like, this is creepy stuff. But I was
It's
like,
fucking brutal too.
man, this is, the hammer. Oof.
When he smashes that kid's face in with the bottle.
Oof. And the guy with the hand eyes.
That's one of the few scenes that makes me cringe.
It's
like just the fucking bottle. He's like bashing into his head.
Then he fucking torches that one guy, and he like splits his hand in half.
Oof. I just have how it's like the humans that do the most damage in that movie, and it's filled with like these grotesque mythological creatures.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it leaves you questioning if all of that shit was real or not.
Yeah.
But I believe that like it actually happened within the story.
Yeah,
I don't think it was in her head.
Guillermo's the man. I love Del Toro, and he directed the opening, like for the Strain, which is a show on the FX, on FX. The opening sequence for season 2, which was like 10-15 minutes. He directed that part, and it was really good, really good. Guillermo's
very talented when it comes to fantasy. I don't know how much he's good at sci-fi because Pacific Rim sucked dick.
But it had Idris Elba. No Idris Elba movie sticks.
Idris Elba was in Ghost Rider 2, so...
right in the heart.
So,
you gonna do it? Then just do it, mother... Rest in peace. What else?
I watched Rushmore for the first time.
Okay.
It's a solid movie. It's not Wes's best by far. Like, it's... I think Royal Tenenbaums is his best.
I do like Royal
by a long shot. And I think Moonrise Kingdom and Grand Budapest are better than Rushmore. But, yeah, Rushmore's good. It's got its moments.
You're not a Life Aquatic fan?
Life Aquatic is cancer.
Oh, you like Life Aquatic.
No, I don't. It's fucking terrible.
we gave all the intern handguns.
That movie's so bad. It's like a parody of a Wes Anderson movie.
I don't know. I enjoy it mainly because I love Bill Murray so much. So he's very forgiving of him.
I showed somebody Zombieland the first time a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, it's Bill Murray." I was like, "Yep, that's how Bill Murray's mentioned in every conversation these days." It's Bill Murray. He's awesome. Yeah, Rushmore is one of his earlier movies. Is it his first?
Second.
Bottle Rocket was his first, or Bottle Cap, or something like that.
Bottle Rocket.
Yeah. Bottle Rocket, yeah. Awesome. Anything else?
I watched Y Tu Mama Tambien, that Alfonso Cuarón movie. It's very good. Very, very good. It's like a coming-of-age story, but not like Hollywood style. It's very honest and real and raw, and very, very frank with the sexuality. A lot of sex, and it doesn't shy away from it. It's very good. It's very good. I think of the Holy Trinity from Mexico of Cuarón, Guillermo, and Inarritu. I think Inarritu's dead last by a long shot, and Cuarón is second. But I think it's close between him and Guillermo. I think they're both amazing.
Yeah, and I'm. If it's just even more elevated, because I really, 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 really like Children of Men.
Oh, Children of Men's fucking awesome.
That's a very good movie. Very good movie.
And finally, I watched Trainwreck. I saw that.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
How'd you like Trainwreck?
It was all right.
That's how I felt too.
It wasn't bad, but it felt really shoddy. Like it could have been. It felt like the first draft. Like it wasn't as funny as it wanted to be, and I didn't really believe the romance.
Yeah, it was just kind of forced.
And really, I don't think she's that great of an actress.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like
right.
She
just like was playing herself though. So I mean,
but there were some moments where it felt like she was acting.
Wait, what?
There were some moments where it felt like she was acting. You could feel like she was acting.
Oh, like with the funeral?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't like that it had a happy ending. And
all right.
I don't know, because it could have been like the female version of Knocked Up. Because Knocked Up doesn't have like a completely happy ending.
Yeah,
like they accept each other, but they're not going to be a couple.
Yeah.
Like they just sort of bond over their child, but you don't get the sense that they're going to live happily ever after forever.
How's John Cena in Trainwreck?
He was actually very good.
I love John Cena.
I thought he was better than LeBron, honestly.
He was. More than any celebrity.
He was better, right?
He fulfills the most Make-A-Wishes in real life. Like, he's the number one, I guess they call him wish granters, but he's done, like, thousands of them. I heard he's a good guy.
They were saying he was, like, the best improver on set.
That's awesome.
He probably was. Yeah, he was hysterical, dude.
The shit he was saying was hilarious. Hey, buddy, you're an asshole. You know what I do to assholes? I lick them.
That was funny.
Awesome.
But
So you got a little comedy in there.
There was also a lot of like cameos that were like just random. Like, why the hell? Exactly. Why the fuck was Matthew Broderick in there?
Matthew Broderick has to be in one movie at least a year.
That was an absolutely pointless scene.
Yeah, it was just like all right, Marv Albert was funny, but it was just like.
And you know, like honestly, it felt like Apatow does the improv thing, but it didn't feel like a lot of the cast was good at improving.
Yeah.
Like Hader was good, like when he was like you felt him improving, like when he was playing basketball with LeBron.
Exactly.
Or like Vanessa Bayer was good.
What was that, Andrew?
Oh no, I was just asking if there was any Leslie Mann.
No, she wasn't in it.
No. Vanessa Bayer was good. You could tell she was improving and having a good time.
Yeah. There was a bunch
and
of
fucking
SNL
Colin Quinn was great.
Colin Quinn was the best. Yeah, he was probably the best actor in it.
I love his fucking baseball rant. Yeah, Babe Ruth. It's really great to be. It's really easy to be the best player when you're not playing against any black people.
That was so funny.
Hey, I could go find a 12-year-old right now in the Dominican Republic that's better than Babe Ruth.
It was so good.
But then, like, I don't think Amy Schumer's good at improv. Like, she's a funny comedian, but I don't think she's an improver.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of her trying improv in the movie. I don't remember any instances of it.
The scene with the guy with the big dick, and she's trying to like, oh, it looks like the entire cast of Game of Thrones. Like she's trying to do the Seth Rogen riffing.
Yeah.
Like there were moments where it's like, I don't know. I felt like if it wasn't Judd Apatow and they had a better script, like, and it was just a movie instead of like a Judd Apatow movie. If it was tighter and a little more well done, it could have been pretty good. I don't know.
Well, let me talk to you about Judd Apatow, brother.
He gives too many jobs to them coloreds, brother.
Brother.
What else you watched? Anything else?
Nah, that was about it this week.
Awesome.
It's a pretty slow week for me.
Sounds like a quality week. And then just to round things off, we talked about a lot of things I watched. Pixels was a movie I did not watch. I did watch Sharknado 3, which is almost as shameless and as bad as Pixels.
Why would you watch that?
Because I watched the first two, so I was like, meh, let's watch
Why
Sharknado
would you watch
3.
the first two?
Stupid movies sometimes get to me. I like those.
Yeah, but they're trying to be stupid. They're not earnestly stupid.
Yes, that is true. But David Hasselhoff goes into space and fights sharks, so okay. I was on board.
That sounds like a Sunday night. Let's get stoned. Watch this movie for me.
It was bad, and it's like those cameos where like Mark Cuban is president and stupid stuff like that. But not good. You don't. Except it does end on a cliffhanger, and the best part is it's hey. Tweet out hashtag April lives or April dies to find out what happens in Sharknado 4.
Oh God!
I was like, oh boy.
They're fucking Batman and Robining it.
Yeah, social media. That's rough.
Call in to see if Robin lives. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh boy, clap your hands, see if Tinkerbell lives. I did. I know Tom also watched this week's episode, but Hannibal was on this week. It's the beginning of the Red Dragon story arc, which will lead us into the finale of the season and possibly the finale of the show, which I think will be a good ending point. I mean, the last episode, for Jesus Christ, is called Wrath of the Lamb. So, makes sense. And, the way they bookend it is good because the way Red Dragon ends is it's just Will Graham chilling, reminiscing about when he killed Abigail Hobbs' dad. And the way the show began is they did it out of order, and the first episode is him killing Abigail Hobbs' dad and, having to go to Hannibal. So it'll be a good bookend for the show, all cyclical. So we'll see, but it was good. What's the actor's name, Tom, that plays Red Dragon?
Richard Armitage.
He was great in the first episode.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Fucking creeper.
Isn't that was Thorin. What's his name from The Hobbit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Thorin.
Yep, but real good, and he's doing his weird contortion body movements because the whole first 8 minutes before the title card is just him morphing into the Red Dragon, and it's creepy. It's really good though, and yeah, we got the return of his little pendulum thing where you can see what the bad guy does.
This is back to that the old school style of the show of they're hunting a serial killer now. No more dream logic.
Yeah, exactly. And the weird thing is, I know in the books he only kills those two families before they catch up to him. So I wonder if, because there's still 7 episodes left this season, if he'll if they'll change it up a little bit and he'll kill some more people so we can see some more pendulum. But yep, so. But he's back with Hannibal. He's like, to catch a killer, we got to go to the killer. But it's great. All those actors are fantastic. Even Hugh Dancy was very good this last week. I'm on board. Love it. I watched Bridesmaids, which, speaking about train wreck, I think Bridesmaids is a funny movie. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on it are.
I enjoyed it.
It's all right.
If it hit for you or not.
It's funny.
Yeah, I have seen a bad Kristen Wiig movie, but I think she's a pretty good leading lady. I like her. And there's a scene in where she works at a jewelry shop, and this little girl comes in, and they're just profusely mean to one another. And then I had the extras, and on the extras they show the 15-minute uncut version of that scene, and it's just them being mean to one another for the whole movie. But yeah, I like Bridesmaids. A lot of. I went back and watched it, and a lot of the Bridesmaids are, really, I don't want to say famous, but, Ellie Kemper was one of them, and now she's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So a bunch of crazy ones. And then finally, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Never not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw it was when I was, 5 or 6, so I haven't seen it for a long time. So I was like, guys... Raiders of the Lost Ark is a pretty good movie.
It's fucking... ugh.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a pretty good movie.
I always have this internal conflict. Spielberg movie is better. Every time I watch Jaws, I'm like, this is the best Spielberg movie. Every time I watch Raiders, I'm like, this is the best Spielberg movie.
No, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, it's Jaws.
I kind of tend to lean towards more Jaws, but...
Yeah, it's a little unfair because I've seen Jaws about 15 times, and I've only seen Raiders twice, and this was, the first time as, that I remembered it more. But, man, that movie's just full of action. The whole thing, there's barely any slow points in it.
Oh, it just moves, man. And funnily enough, I just bought a Jaws t-shirt.
Nice.
Man, what a great movie.
I wonder if they sell shirts with just Quint's face on it.
They have
to.
to.
I'm sure.
As soon as this is done, I'm looking for it online.
You know what I found out about Jaws 4?
What?
That they released the movie, and that people hated the ending so much they filmed the new ending and released it while it was still in theaters.
Whoa! Wait, Wait, there's Jaws, Jaws 2, Jaws 3. What's Jaws 4? Is that the Revenge?
Jaws the Revenge.
Oh, Michael Caine? No.
Yep.
Oh,
Michael Caine is in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's always
God.
and his famous line is, "I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the guest house it paid for, and that is fantastic."
Oh, that was a real. Is that the one where they ram the stern into him at the end?
Yeah, it's the one where the fucking shark roars at them.
Oh boy.
And where Mrs. Brody has a flashback to Roy Scheider blowing up the fucking shark, but she wasn't there to have the flashback.
She heard stories, man. She watched the movie. She watched Jaws 1, so she knew.
God, that movie's so fucking bad.
2, they electrocute him.
Yeah.
3...
I don't remember 3
Is
at
that
all.
Dennis Quaid?
Yeah, that's the theme park one.
Oh boy.
That's the original Jurassic World.
Oh boy. You know what? Let's just not talk about any of those, and let's just talk about one for the rest of our lives, which people will do, because that's a
Jaws
very,
is a
very
fucking
good
masterpiece. It's fucking amazing. It's just perfect from beginning to end.
movie. Jaws. Ugh, so good. So good. But yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is fantastic. Loved it. Alfred Molina was in the beginning of it for about 5 seconds.
He gets impaled.
That was his fun thing. That was his first ever movie, and his first ever day on set, he was covered in tarantulas. Like, that's one way to start your acting career. Hey, you're a new actor. We're gonna cover you in tarantulas today. I got into the right line of business. Yeah, and obviously Harrison Ford was great. And then the weirdest thing was I was flipping through channels after it, and the South Park episode was on that deals with Indiana Jones.
Oh, God.
They're raping him! Oh, God!
So good.
Boy. Yeah, but movie-wise...
It's so true.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's better than Temple of Doom.
Is it, though?
It is.
Is it, though?
No, it is. Like, it actually is. I'm telling you from a not nostalgic point of view, it is better.
There's classic moments in Temple of Doom, though.
There's classic moment in Temple of Doom.
What?
Where he rips out the guy's heart?
The fucking bridge at the end.
Ooh.
The bridge? You didn't like the whole minecart thing?
The movie's got a good cold open, and it's got a good ending when he's not fucking brainwashed anymore. But there's a whole middle of the movie that's just garbage.
I like the third one, where he looks for the Grail.
Well, it goes Raiders, Last Crusade, and then for me, Temple of Doom, and then I don't even like talking about the new one.
I don't like talking about Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom's garbage.
But he gets into a fridge and blows up a nuke in the new one, doesn't he?
Yeah, but in Temple of Doom, he jumps out of an airplane with a raft.
Yep. I remember that.
So yeah, let's be judgmental for one, but not the other.
I mean, where
monkey. Where does the raft
swinging.
land? Where does the raft land?
Willie, fucking that shrieking cunt. Willie.
All right, yeah, she sucks. But Shia LaBeouf sucks.
So does Short Round sucks. Short Round is terrible. You don't want to know why Short Round is terrible? It's a prequel to Raiders. Where's Short Round in Raiders?
He probably has a family.
Wait,
no, he doesn't.
Wait, Temple of Doom is a prequel?
Who knows?
Temple of Doom is set a year before Raiders of the Lost Ark. So what happened to Short Round? Short Round is dead.
Oh wait,
maybe he is.
Indiana Jones let that poor child die because he was a selfish asshole.
I never knew it was a prequel. But The Last Crusade is after them.
Yeah.
Okay, that one has Sean Connery.
Last Crusade is amazing.
Yeah, I like
Last
that
Crusade is great.
And then from the video game front, jamming on Rocket League, I played a new game called Tembo, the Badass Elephant, which is by the Game Freak people. And if you don't know who Game Freak are, they are the
Pokemon?
Pokemon, yeah. So this is like a 2D side-scroller game. It's pretty fun.
They make other things.
Yeah. Well,
Right,
actually, Pokemon, and then the only two other things they've made are Rhythm Warrior or Rhythm, I forgot the exact name, Rhythm Knight, which was like a rhythm game on the 3DS, which was pretty good. And then Tembo is their newest thing, but it has nothing to do with music. But it's pretty good. And the opening is great because it's a spoof off Rambo. It's almost like verbatim from Rambo 1. It's pretty good. He puts on the bandana and everything. Well, no.
Elephant.
Yeah, Rambo, which is First Blood 2. Stupid. But it's good. But it's an elephant. And then I played a game called Cube, which if you ever play the Portal games, it's a first-person puzzle game. And it was okay. you manipulate the environment in this one instead of playing with portals. But the story was the most intriguing thing, which was awesome. There's also a good movie called Cube. You guys ever see that movie?
I've heard of it. I've always wanted to watch it. I just never got around to it.
That was a pretty good movie. It was kind of like a Saw-type movie before Saw was a thing, because it was a long time ago. But yeah, so, good palette of things that everybody's watching on, busy packing, getting ready to head to Ohio. So hopefully they have good internet there. That's all I care about. But yeah, so some stuff happened in the newsland. We got a few more trailers. The biggest one probably was for the new James Bond movie, Spectre, which deals with... What's the bad guys in that called?
Spectre.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Wait a second. Isn't this a remake? No.
No.
Nah, it's original.
The logo is of the octopus.
Yes.
And wasn't the octopus in another one?
Well, yeah, they used it in the original movies.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's not a remake. And Christoph Waltz is the bad guy? Or one of them?
Yes. They're not saying he's Blofeld, but he's Blofeld.
He's gonna look. Did you see his fucking
coat? Yeah,
his suit. Yeah, he's fucking blue.
What is that? You guys got to explain that to me for a James Bond noob.
He's all right. Well,
Blofeld is basically Dr. Evil.
Okay.
So the coat that Dr. Evil wears.
Yeah.
Like that. In the trailer, go back to the trailer, rewatch it. Christoph Waltz is wearing that exact dark gray.
Oh, that's cool. Is
So
he
it's
just like James Bond's big adversary?
Yeah,
he's
he's the head of Spectre, and he's got his issues with Bond.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool. No Judi Dench anymore, right?
Well, no, she died.
Yeah,
she's quite dead.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about the last one was there was a cool action scene in the beginning with the train. Was that the last one?
Yeah,
I liked that.
Well, there's a lot of cool things in Skyfall. It's an amazing movie.
Yeah, I think I gotta watch that one again. I think the last time I watched it, I got up to the point where they were holding him hostage on an island or something. Is that one?
Yeah, that's like the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to see fucking what's his name yet? Probably
Bardem.
Bardem.
Yeah, I saw Bardem.
Silva.
I saw Bardem, and I was like, oh, No Country for Old Men guy.
I just love that he was sexually attracted to Bond.
He's not in that. He's not in that Huron movie you saw.
So funny.
What
movie?
Was Javier Bardem in that?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Spectre, you guys are excited for this one?
Oh yeah.
Hell,
I'm guessing people like the director. He's been doing this for a while now. What is?
Well,
this?
he did one.
Oh wait, he didn't do.
He did
Casino
Skyfall.
Okay, he didn't do Casino Royale.
No, that was Martin Campbell,
Okay,
who did GoldenEye.
but this guy said that he's done after this.
Yeah, but he said that after Skyfall.
So he's the Hideo Kojima of movies.
No, he's the Christopher Nolan of James Bond.
Oh.
he's probably going to do a one for you, one for me thing, if anything.
Well, he's going to want to finish his trilogy. From what I hear, they got the next one is Daniel Craig's last, and they probably have. I hear they have a movie written already that'll end Craig's run and do a big send out for him.
Nice.
So Idris Elba can be James Bond, the next one.
Well, Idris Elba's probably going to be 50 by the time that happens, so no.
Female James Bond.
Well, no.
Female James Bond.
Jamesina Bond. No, not a thing.
James Bond.
Janice Bond.
Hey, it works decently. We were talking about Hannibal earlier. Half those people are changed, gender-wise, in that show from the source material.
Well, their gender didn't matter in the source material.
Yeah, that's true. Philip Seymour Hoffman played Freddie Lowndes in the movie.
James Bond's supposed to be as a sociopathic women fucking serial killing machine.
I always wondered why there weren't more movies take Die Hard and just put a female in the lead role.
Because Hollywood is sexist.
Yeah.
This isn't even a feminist conspiracy.
No. I know.
There's literally evidence of studio heads just saying they don't want to give women movies because nowadays you got to think about foreign sales, and overseas they're a bunch of sexist, racist scumbags. So that's why you never get leads with blacks or with women.
speaking about overseas, nothing to do with movies, but China really lifted their console ban, so now everybody in China can experience video games, which is good.
Oh God.
Because they had a console ban, so you couldn't buy like PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones over there. But now you can. Good for them. Okay, Spectre. Another James Bond movie. Probably going to be some cool action scenes. I saw one of a plane that looked dope. Daniel Craig does a good job as James Bond. I'm sure you James Bondies will go see it no matter what. It's a movie that you might not go see. Fantastic Four.
I mean, I'm going to see it. It's a comic book movie.
Yeah. Well, in news this week, they said that Bryan Singer said that what did he use the word possibility or probability?
He said probably there'll be a crossover, that they have the means of doing it set up already.
Okay, that's cool. With the X-Men. I mean, they actually also talked to Jennifer Lawrence, and she said that she hoped one day she could come back as Mystique, so that leads me to believe that this next movie might, close out a few things. But because her contract's up, and she says, I wouldn't not want them to invite me back. But as Raven / Mystique. You see the trailer for her new movie, Joy, about the lady that makes, I forgot what it is, not Windex, but some infomercial thing that makes billions of dollars.
I have not, because I saw the description and I have no interest.
Oh, come on. It's a David O. Russell movie, so it'll end up being decent.
I don't know about that.
Well, Silver Linings Playbook was great, and the other one they did together was really good. Not Selena or Selma or whatever. Serena, I think it was called.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a movie about a woman who makes a cleaning product. I really could give less of a fuck.
Well, it's not really. It's like about her life, too. I don't think the whole movie's about that.
Yeah, but still, like, if we're gonna make a movie about this lady, why don't we, like, make a movie about somebody who makes really nice shoelaces?
Well, we made a movie about a guy who conned millions of people out of millions of dollars and then got idolized for it and gives pep talk seminars about it. So
Who?
Wolf of Wall Street guy.
That was Martin Scorsese.
Well, yeah, but
and they weren't idolizing him. That's the complaint of the uninitiated to watching movies with their brains.
And no, they're not idolizing him, but at the end of the movie, they do that good shot of the audience looking up to
it's a critique. It's a critique of of the state of the world, that we're looking up to these scumbags and letting these assholes run and ruin the world.
Sell me this pen, Tom.
What?
Sell me this pen.
Write down your name. Oh, well, I need a pen. Here's a fucking pen.
Movies that probably could have used a few more pens to a script. That was a bad transition. We got an official Jurassic World 2 announcement.
Yeah.
This wasn't really a surprise. Third highest grossing movie of all time. Obviously, there's going to be another one.
Puts it right in league with the other two highest grossing movies of all time, of being really well-liked pieces of shit.
Wait a second, you didn't see the sequel to Titanic?
You mean Avatar?
No, Avatar is 1. What's number 2?
Titanic.
Yeah. You didn't see the inevitable sequel to Titanic?
Listen, man, Avatar sucked balls. I don't care what anyone says. Titanic was right place, right time, I feel like. And it had enough in it that people were curious about it. That's why it made so much money. Like, film nuts were great, like, wanted to see the special effects. Girls wanted to see Leo and the whole love story aspect of it. And then women just kept to see it over and over again because they loved the love story aspect of it.
My girl was supposed to be in that.
Money.
My girl Claire Danes was supposed to be in that, but she declined.
Good.
She said she did. Yeah, she said she didn't want to continue acting with she just didn't want to be like a Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan situation with Leo, because they did Romeo and Juliet like a year or two earlier, so they didn't want to continue like being the love couple. Yeah, Titanic's a fine movie. It is what it is.
It's a garbage movie.
I don't think it's a garbage movie.
No, it's almost by definition a garbage movie. Like, the technical aspects are well done, but like on a scripting level, it's atrocious.
Rose, you're so stupid, Rose.
But,
like they want us to think Billy Zane's the bad guy, but he got cuckolded and his woman was stolen from him. So I mean, really, he should have shot Leo.
Also, the best line in that movie.
I have a child.
I have a child.
Billy Zane makes a good bad guy, though.
But he's not the bad guy.
No, I do like Billy Zane. He was he was the bad guy in one of my favorite games, Kingdom Hearts. He plays the bad guy.
He has he's such a cartoon bad guy in Titanic.
But at the same time, they want us to think what he's doing is wrong. But like, if you look at it from the perspective of not rubbing your clit because Leo's hot, like Leo's bad. Like he's this fucking shitty poor kid who snuck onto a part of the boat he wasn't supposed to be on and started banging some guy's woman, and then we're supposed to feel bad for Leo?
But it shows you that people from poor society can mesh with people from the upper class, Tom.
No, I mean, that's great and all, but, like, don't fuck somebody else's woman. Like, that's just sort of, like, bro code 101.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks here. I like the two cheesiest scenes of the movie. The band staying and playing until the ship goes down, and Mr. Andrews staying when he obviously could have left like 8 times over, but he just stays there and he's like looking. He fixes the clock as the water comes in. I like those parts. Stupid.
I like the part when the boat goes up in the air and that one dumbass guy keeps hitting shit on the way down.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then crash down. I mean, it's a scary thing to think about the Titanic in real life, but yeah, I mean, disaster movies.
No, I know. Titanic is scary to think about. Why would I ever want to watch that again? It's just terrifying. I get cold sweats thinking about it.
But back to Jurassic World 2. Do they make another dinosaur? I mean,
I fucking hope not.
What are they gonna do now?
But I mean, knowing these fucking retards, they'll probably think it's like a brilliant idea, and it'll just be stupid again. It'll be a new kind of stupid.
They should do the thing if they want to like progress the story. Instead of like, obviously you can't have another park because that's just fucking retarded. Like, why would you? No, you can't have another park. So, logical step is weaponizing raptors.
Well, they did that, which apparently Chris Pratt kind of knew in the movie, but kind of didn't. I don't know. Like,
he was kind of oblivious, and he's like,
right.
I'm training these raptors. These are my raptors. No, we hired you to train these raptors. Oh, for what? For militarizing them? No.
What? No.
For a scene where you can ride a motorcycle.
What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing here, Pratt? What do you think your job is?
Oh boy, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. Who?
Like, Jesus Christ, that fucking movie.
It wasn't great.
It was stupid.
But Jimmy Fallon gave you instructions on how to operate the ball ride.
I mean, that's cool and all, but Jimmy Fallon doesn't save movies. Otherwise, we should be heralding Taxi as a classic.
Oh, you're speaking about Chris Kattan. That's who saves movies.
No.
God, no. Who? Chris who?
Corky Romano?
Yeah, fucking, I totally forgot about him, because he sucks.
He played the bad guy in Undercover Brother.
He wasn't even good on SNL, dude.
But he played the bad guy in Undercover Brother, arguably the best movie of all time.
He's the other guy from a Roxbury movie, so fuck him.
Well, staying on the comedy line, it was announced that Key and Peele will be ending its show on Comedy Central after this season. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, do you guys like Key and Peele?
I have not watched it.
And yeah, I've never seen it. What about you, Anthony?
It's great. I love it.
I've seen skits like people link to on YouTube and stuff, and it seems like a funny show.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it sucks that they're going, but I mean, I see why, because they're like, what's his name is in a bunch of movies, Keegan Michael Peele or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck his name is?
Played, one of them played the shopkeeper in Tomorrowland a few months ago.
Yeah, he's in like so many movies, so like they're gonna try and
Well, I know Peele is directing a horror movie.
Yeah, they're like trying to branch out, dude. They said they were going to come together like once every few years.
Yeah, they said they might work together with one another.
They said they'll come back every few years to work together and make like a movie or something.
Awesome.
But just back to Jurassic World. One thing. They said Colin Trevorrow's writing it, which that's a terrible sign because apparently he wrote whatever they constitute a script from Jurassic World. But they haven't said he's directing it, but I hope the hell he is directing it, so that keeps him the fuck away from Star Wars. Because I don't need that fucking jerk-off with no visual flair whatsoever and no sense of, screenplay or story.
Disney's going to treat Star Wars like they're treating Marvel, dude. They're just they have a vision, and
I hope so.
The director is just there do the heavy lifting.
I
don't know, dude.
One? Hey, what? Who's doing episode 8?
Rian Johnson.
Looper guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's cool.
I mean, even if it is one of those things, like, fucking Marvel's never hired anybody as bad a director as Trevor Rao.
Yeah, do you think they canonically phase out the original people in the 7, or do you think they're gonna hope for that they all stay alive for this whole run?
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I feel like if anybody will not be in episode 8, it's going to be Ford.
He looked, well, for maybe because he doesn't want to do it, but he looked healthy at Comic-Con because he had that plane crash.
I know he looks healthy, but he's also like a lot older than Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, that's true.
And he really is just a fucking walking calamity.
I love when he gives interviews because he's drunk half the time. When he gives
he's so not interested in talking to human beings.
I mean, the guy was in Cowboys and Aliens.
He just wants to fly his plane.
Yep. I love Harrison Ford, though.
He just likes rescuing people from being lost in the woods with his helicopter.
Yeah. My favorite thing is that half the movies he gets stumbled into doing, like, he didn't even want to do. Like, they chose Harrison Ford, I think they said, like, a month before as an initial photography began for Indiana Jones.
Because it was supposed to be Tom Selleck.
Yeah, they thought about Jeff Bridges at a point, and then they're like, because they were like, well, Harrison Ford was in American Graffiti and Star Wars. We want him to be in this too. But he ended up doing it, and he did a good job.
The producers of Magnum P.I. wouldn't let Tom Selleck out of his contract for the year.
Fucking Magnum P.I. And briefly, I just want to mention before we wrap it on up, the guy, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy, he might have created the show too, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Rob McElhenney. He
is directing the Minecraft movie. Just an interesting thing. It'll be, Minecraft is arguably one of the biggest games in the world. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the movie realm. If it's something like the Lego Movie or something.
I hope the Nightman's in it.
The Nightman? Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and we talked about him earlier in Trainwreck, but Warner Brothers has made a deal with LeBron James to star in a new movie, and less than a month ago, they re-upped the trademark on the Space Jam license. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, this means Space Jam 2's coming. I hope so.
I hope not. I don't know how I feel about that.
I more so because I want the Looney Tunes people than I want LeBron James to be in a movie. But
yeah, but it's so obviously like just an attempt to
cash grab.
Yeah,
so is the first one.
You got guys like us who grew up with the movie that are going to go see it, and then you got maybe they'll bring their kids. It's like that kind of fucking thing.
Well, yeah, but you know what? We're grown-ups now. We're not going to fall for Space Jam again.
Yeah, but yeah. I just want a good, better movie because Looney Tunes Back in Action, well, it did some interesting things, was not a very good Looney Tunes movie.
But do you really need Looney Tunes movies?
Yes! Of course. Why wouldn't we?
There's no good Looney Tunes movies, really. I mean, Space Jam, it's like
Looney Tunes is shorts, basically.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the Twilight Zone. Like, you can't stretch out the Twilight Zone past its 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough, and
it's best at being short. Brevity.
Yeah, and that's why Space Jam was good because it was a live action movie that incorporated Looney Tunes and Bill Murray. Is that Bill Murray? Bill Murray. The man.
I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture.
My favorite is he just comes out of nowhere at the end too, and it's like, how'd you get here?
All right, Gray Bunny. I want you to pass it to the Brown Bunny.
So good.
You dish it out to the Guy Bunny.
And then
Mike, you take the ball, you go to the hole, you dominate.
And then he stretches his arm at
Bill,
the end.
We're on defense.
I don't play defense.
It's so good. I loved, again, Tom's right. We were young, and it hit at that time that we're like, oh, dude, Michael Jordan. We like him. Looney
It's
Tunes.
such a
we like them.
Such a. It's like it doesn't need. I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't help that half the population doesn't like. People probably didn't like Michael Jordan back in the day because he was on the Bulls, and maybe that wasn't their team. But people don't like LeBron James because it's 2015 and everybody's so vocal about it, and they just don't like LeBron James, which is weird. But so I don't know how a movie would do with him as the leading. But I heard he was good in Trainwreck. You said he was okay in Trainwreck?
Yeah, he was all right.
He did his job.
He did, yeah. He just played like a nerdy caricature of himself.
And whose powers would they steal these days? I mean,
God.
Not LeBron. They would steal.
I guess Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, like all the young
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, all the young kids' powers.
Carmelo.
What's his name?
Dwight Howard.
They just pull off the mask. It's Kobe running around. He's the bad guy in the movie. Oh boy!
Imagine Kobe was the bad guy.
That would be pretty good. They should make LeBron James the bad guy if it's like real life. Man, but yeah, Space Jam 2. They haven't announced anything officially, but
well, if they wanted to make it like real life, he would start on the Toon Squad, then end up on the Monstars, and then go back to the Toon Squad at the end.
Did Danny DeVito play the voice of the bad guy?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that guy. Well, that's about it for the show. But before we go, let me tell you about what movies are coming out this week, brothers. We got Vacation.
Brother.
Poop.
Was the original Vacation raunchy?
I mean, kinda.
Okay, because this one,
I think there was a tit in it.
Okay, because from the trailers,
But there's also
this
like
one
a scene
like it's
where
very,
a girl talks making out with her father.
Okay, because this one seems like it's very much more raunchy.
Well, it's 2015. Raunchy's different now than it was in 1980.
Yeah. But this is a Wednesday release. Good old summer Wednesday releases. So that comes out Wednesday. Arguably the biggest movie of the week is Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, which is number 5, right? Yeah.
Si, senor.
Is not Brad Bird. He's not directing this one.
No, Christopher McQuarrie's directing it.
What has he done before? Anything?
Jack Reacher, Way of the Gun.
Okay. Jack Reacher wasn't terrible. Which Jack Reacher? Tom Cruise Jack Reacher?
Well, the only Jack Reacher.
Wait, what was the one of Chris Pine?
That's Jack Ryan.
Oh, okay.
You're getting your action jacks mixed up, man.
My action jacks are all over the
And Christopher McQuarrie wrote The Usual Suspects.
Okay, that's good pedigree.
Yeah, and he's a big collaborator with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise loves the guy.
Is he a Scientologist?
No, he's like, you see how he is. He's kind of like
Neither is Tom Cruise anymore.
Is he not?
Yeah, he renounced it. I don't think he is anymore.
When?
Big blow to the Scientology community. Hold on, let me just Google that real quick.
I feel like that would have been a bigger deal.
I feel like a friend of ours would have lost all faith in humanity.
He fucking... I just gotta talk about my roommate for a second.
July 6th. So July 6th. So that was this month.
Really?
Wait, he really did?
Yep.
He really renounced his Scientology.
Yep, Tom Cruise left Scientology. He said, for Siri, I guess her name.
Wow.
For Siri, like as in serious?
Yeah.
No, for his daughter, Suri.
She's Siri.
His daughter is named after the Apple thing?
Siri.
No,
it's
Suri.
Suri.
S-U-R-I.
Suri, should I leave Scientology?
Oh,
I
whatever.
believe so, Tom.
And his daughter was born before that fucking app anyway.
Who cares?
Yeah, so good on him. And, Tom Cruise gets so much flack for that kind of stuff, but, man, I saw that there was like a 5-minute video of him doing that plane sequence. Fuck.
Apparently that's the beginning of the movie.
Like, Jesus, man.
Wow.
That's awesome that he does it, like, in real life. It's like, jeez.
I told my roommate to watch the Scientology doc that, what's his name did. It was on HBO. I can't remember the guy's name.
Clear History or something like that.
Yeah, Clear History. I told him to watch it. And then he was like, I'm not going to watch it. Like, why? Because it makes Tom Cruise look bad, and I love Tom Cruise. So then he bought a copy of Dianetics. I feel like just because, like, now I have to tell him that he renounced it. And it's like, you bought this copy of Dianetics for no reason.
I'm looking. It's not official yet. This is all conjecture at this point.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, it's, take it or leave it. I don't care about his personal beliefs. I just know that I like that he does all these stunts of his. I also think
I respect the hell out of that.
He's a hard-working guy.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of that.
And
he's not Bill Cosby. Like, there's some like there are some guys that are like actual pieces of shit that I can just deal with their art and separate it. Tom Cruise is one of those guys. He's not a vicious monster.
I heard he's really competitive.
He's not. Like, some of the stuff that they talked about that he did that was like a little weird was like, they would hire girlfriends for him, basically. I mean, that's a little weird, but I mean, it's not. I mean, fucking,
he doesn't have a personality.
Yeah, but I heard he's really competitive. Like, he was on Jimmy Fallon the other day, and they were doing like this game, egg roulette. So like 4 of the eggs are regular eggs, and the rest are hard boiled. And then they just they pick one and they smash it over their head. And Tom Cruise is like sitting there, like figuring it out, like like scoping out the landscape. And he had like a running tally of all the games he's played on like game shows. And he's like, well, I'm like 8 and like 4 on talk show game shows. I was like, man, he seems super competitive. But I like Collateral, so fuck everything else. He was good.
Collateral's awesome.
He was good in that. Probably my favorite. Man, it's tough because Heat's a really good movie. But
Heat is the best Michael Mann movie.
Heat and Collateral are up there with my favorite movies.
Heat by far.
Heat inches it out solely because the last scene is one of my favorite scenes ever.
Well, it also has that shootout.
Yo, that's really good too.
It has Wayne Grow.
It has Guy Pearce too.
He just had to get it on.
He just had to get it on, man.
Hey, you're not dealing with good cop, bad cop here. You're dealing with fag and New Yorker. And then last but not least, just for me, there's a documentary coming out called I Am Chris Farley, which is, it's gonna, document the life and death of Chris Farley, which is one of my favorite actors / comedians of all time. So I'll watch that because I love Chris Farley, and it'll be interesting to see the behind the scenes stuff from when he did. Man, he was an acrobatic guy too. He was able to do cartwheels, and for being such a big guy.
He just did a lot of coke.
Yeah, that was probably it too. But like for a bigger guy, he was just.
That's why he did all that shit.
Hey man, and if
fucking hopped up on coke.
If David Spade admires you, you have to be a good guy, because nobody admires David Spade.
Oh God, what?
Joe Dirt 2.
Yeah, that's a thing that exists apparently.
Oh
that
man,
came out.
Joe Dirt 2 came out, and my friend sent me an Instagram post where, literally, he goes, well, you sleep with a lot of guys because you must be a whore. And then the movie freeze frames, the pixelated sunglasses fall from the sky, and Thug Life flashes on the screen.
Wait, really? That's in the movie?
That is in the movie, and I was like, oh boy.
Oh my God. When you're resorting to fucking memes on the internet...
I was like, that's a thing?
It's time to stop writing.
Is a thing. I mean... Speaking about a thing, that's our show for this week. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on iTunes, which is the best and easiest thing to do. And all you have to do is type in pop and then CU, and we'll pop up because we've been searched enough times where we're in the search box now, which is awesome because you used to have to type in the whole thing in order to find us, which is nice. But yeah, so do all that. It helps us out, all those numbers. And, thank you, as always, for listening to the show. We always appreciate it, whether it's for 10 minutes or the whole hour. Thank you, Tommy and Anthony, my brothers. Thank you, my brothers, for taking time out of your day to talk to me about everything entertainment-wise.
Let me tell you something, brother. Brother.
It was my pleasure, brother.
Brother.
We'll be back next week with another show, brothers.
Brother.